When to call the girl out in texting. So this is kind of like when you put your foot down and you don't put up with some crap she's throwing at you. So this right here was this girl that I had seen in the past. She dated some guy long term for like a year. She texted me out of the blue. She lived like an hour and a half away, so mind you, this was a big commitment, but she was going to come drive to my place. And then, kind of out of nowhere, she said, I just don't know if me visiting is a good idea. And so the first thing I said is, why is that? I wasn't going to convince her to come over or whatever. I was just going to say, hey, why is that? And if she had a reason why, I would roll with it. And if not, whatever. But I wasn't going to try to spend my time convincing her. And then she said, my boyfriend and I just broke up. So when that happened right there, there's a lot of ways you can play it. I don't really want to talk about her ex-boyfriend or her boyfriend or whatever it is. So I set my expectations. That stuff doesn't matter. I want to catch up on you, not your past relationship, duh. So I was basically trying to let her know, why does that matter? Who cares if your boyfriend and you just broke up? I want to hang out with you. I don't want to talk about your ex-boyfriend and you. So whatever. And then she replied right here. So I did right here was trying to ease her fear. I was trying to make her feel good about hey, I'm just going to be here to catch up on you, give you a good time. We don't have to worry about your ex-boyfriend. And then she replied with, you just want me. And this girl's really emotional. I started to remember that when she sent me this. I already was kind of ooh, I don't know if I want to deal with that again, because the last time we hung out a year before, there was just a lot of little drama that I didn't need to deal with that I did. We slept together and she started crying because she wanted to date after we slept together, literally the next day. And I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff. But anyway, when she said that right there, that is when I was just okay, I'm not putting up with this. And this is where I could have turned this around. I could have convinced her no, we'll just hang out and just talk and blah, 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 and all that. But quite frankly, I'm not a pussy. So that didn't interest me to just be in the friend zone or all that. So when she sent me that was just kind of whatever. So I just said, laugh out loud, cocky, good night. That's all I gave her. See you later, you're cocky, we're not hanging out. Now, again, I'm not rude about it, but calling her cocky, she could tell by this vibe that I wasn't happy. But I said laugh out loud, and then I just said good night, and she knew I was done with her, because that's the vibe I give off. And so she sent that right away, huh? And then I wasn't going to reply, because at this point she kind of turned me off by trying to make me feel guilty about wanting her or whatever. It was I don't even know. I'm still not that excited about this text that she sent me. So anyway, so then the next day, I'm sorry about last night. When I said that, I meant it in a way that I was worried you just want to hook up. And I knew that. I knew that by the way that she said it, you just want me. She was defensive, you just going to try to sleep with me and all that. And that was an emotional bomb I did not want to get involved with. Because I knew with that reaction that if we hung out, if we were going to start to do stuff together, sleep together, hook up, I already know that she would try to pin it on me you're just trying to get in my pants, all that, and I just didn't want to deal with it. So there are certain times when you got to call girls out. They like it if you're your own man, you don't break your own standards and rules. Girls really don't like you being a dickhead just because you think it's fun to be a dickhead. That's just, you'll only attract a certain type of woman long term with that, and that's going to be one that's not an emotionally healthy woman. So it's never about being a dickhead, but it is about knowing what you want and not putting up with crap that you're not okay with. And this was one of those examples. I didn't like how she treated me with, like, trying to accuse me of you just want me or whatever. Like, whatever. I could tell the vibe she sent. So stand your ground. Be your own man. Treat women amazing, but treat yourself just as amazing. So if she's not living up to your own expectations, then that's when you stand your ground and you put your foot down.